What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today playing some Idle Heroes. Today we're here on the old mid-tier account because if any account is okay with wasting materials during events that aren't super fantastic, it's this one, because we're not looking for great things anyways over here. So even though, like I said, the rewards aren't fantastic heroes, I mean, they're not terrible. Like, Horus is overall a pretty decent hero, but, I mean, is he really top tier? I wouldn't say he is. Either ways, on this account, it doesn't matter, because these heroes become food regardless because I'm not building them. So, since I'm aiming for low tier heroes anyway, it doesn't really matter when I go and do my events, at least on this account. So, don't copy this, but, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So, first up, before we jump into doing summons, I've got to knock out these two nodes here on the Heroic Miracle, because I got to get these 10 orbs. We're at 150 right now, so we're just a sneeze short. But that's, if we do the Heroic Miracle, we're actually just right on par. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to jump over here. We're going to jump over here. We're going to make an eeny, meeny, miny. We'll make one of these dudes. How about you? Boop, boop, beep. Oh, we're going to be one short, but one short to fuse up to, but it's not a big deal. I've got Dark 4 stars. It's not that big a thing. Do I need to make a Fegan? Probably don't need to make a Fegan, but I'll make a Fegan. Boop. Boop. Boop, boop. Good enough. All right, so that's one light, one dark down. We can go ahead and pull out a couple 4 stars. Actually, wait a minute. Make sure I have 3 stars. Whoop, I do. 3 stars. Whoop, I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and snag out. I think we only need 1 dark 4 star, right? We're at summon. Whoop, 1. Good enough. Summon. Oh, crap. How many do we need here? Pull out 2. What are the odds that didn't work? I don't know. We'll see. We good? Ow, butts. 1 short. Summon out 1 more. Math. Math is good. Math is hard. Where are you at? Summon. Boop. Ding. There you go. Perfect. Absolutely what I needed. Now let's get this rolling. All right, you. Boop. You. Boop, boop, beep, pop. There you go. Get that second 5-star fused up. Looking beautiful. Looking hot. Looking amazing. Disciple. You ready to become a disciple? Absolutely you are. Don't even ask that question. He's got a bird on his head. Never noticed that. You see, you notice weird things sometimes. He's got a bird hat. Why? I don't know. Gives him power. Okay? It's his power bird. I don't know if it is or not. But anyways, there we go. We got our boop 10 orbs out the way. So now we're at 160, ready for a hot double completion. And here's the thing. I don't really need anything over here that I can't get if I'm even mildly lucky from 5-star shards. Do we have any power? No, we don't have any power, energy, whatever. We do have a couple of shards, not many, but we'll get a few just through orbing. The thing is, I'm mainly building a pollution team. That's kind of the game plan for nowsies. Down the road, I might branch out just because the aura is not super important in PvE anyways. And swapping out and getting like a Bade built over here wouldn't be a bad idea, except for I have 0 Bades, so it's a Bade idea right now. Maybe like a Flame Strike or something, or Ormus. I don't know. We'll see. I probably won't need Ormus now unless they launch like a whole new level of difficulty in Broken Spaces, which by all rights, they should be adding because it's a little too easy now with the new monsters. Like, the whole game just kind of got trivialized a little bit other than PvP, which, who cares? It's not that important. So I'm thinking about orbing 80 and 80 between Abyss and Forest just because wouldn't be a terrible idea, probably. The thing is, when it comes to Abyss, I've already got the potential 9-star over here. I'm not really sure who I'm going to build after Karim. Still kind of on the fence about it. I was going to build Scary, but then the recent buff made Scary super stupid in PvE. 1 by himself probably still isn't crazy, and I feel like that's probably still okay as long as you don't build multiple Scaries. But whatever. And then over here, like I said, I've got to get my Eddga build going because I want Eddga to not suck 1. And right now, a 5-star Eddga, well, he sucks 1. He sucks 2, actually, okay? that's not, it's not fair to him. He's a 5-star. But let's go ahead, jump in here into the orb tree of awesomeness. And I think we'll start with Force and see how it treats us. If it doesn't do us terrible, like last time we did this, it was a bad day. It was a bad day. 160 orbs, we got 10 5-stars. It was rough. But over here, we're going to hope for better luck. We're going to hope our 10 bombs bring us stuff like Eddga's. That's what I'm talking about, game. Drop number 1, double 5-star. One of them's an Eddga man. That's what I'm talking about, game. If we can do about, I don't know, every other pull looking like that, I'm all right with it. All right, I'm all right with it. Just for reference, that 2 and 1 10 bomb was what I got from all 80 in Abyss the other day when I did this. So it was nice to get that in 1 bomb and at least have that out of the way. So hopefully, like I said, well, it's kind of going back the other way now and give us 4 stars, game. What are the odds? I believe the odds. Oh, it didn't. I used to say the odds like percentage of 5 stars. It was like, I don't know. If you math them all together, I think it was like balls, 9% chance or something like that. I feel like 9% chances being generous now. Come on, game. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Double 5-star pool. We're back in it, okay? Totally back in it. Never had a doubt. Still 40 orbs to go. We got 4 5-star heroes. Looking hot. A lot of 4 stars coming in. Barely any shards on that one, which is a little sad. A little disappointing to my face, but it's okay. And all 4 stars get game? Game? We need to average 8 5-star heroes per 80 orbs to be at least pretty much close to on par with RNG. And right now, I think we're at 4, okay? You only got 2 10 bombs left, and we're still at 4. Game, why do you do this to me? Why have you been vexing me so hard lately? It's like the game just wants me to not play it anymore. Look at it. It's just like, hey, we're kind of done with you. And you know what? I'm almost done with you. So much badness. At least we got 1 completion done. Didn't really get a lot of what I was looking for. We got Eddga, which isn't bad. I can take an Eddga. That's not a bad deal. Up to 511 shards here. That's also not bad. The question becomes, do I keep going forest because we kind of got shafted and hope to make up some more food there? Do I swap over and do Abyss? I don't know. We can already 9-star an Abyss. It's not really a problem. We can just make this dude a 9-star and make our Karim an E2. We can also pretty much 9-star over here. We're like 1 hero short, but after we open up all our shards, assuming we'll be able to get that done. And then I want to say we're a 9-star here, or very, very close to. If I'd have to use my Ormuses and stuff up, which I don't really want to do, but sometimes you gotta do things you don't want to do, you know what I'm saying? Such as life. I don't know. I'm thinking we'll stick with Forest, okay? Give it a chance to redeem itself, because it kind of screwed me over there. There we go, got a Heart Watcher. I don't think I need a Heart Watcher over here. I think I have actually enough to E5 already. Not that I'm going to E5 Heart Watcher anytime soon. There's no real reason to do that, especially now with the new monsters. A 10-star Heart Watcher is more than enough. She'll survive in almost everything, so Still got a 5-star, though. It's better than a few of our pulls have been. Boom, 5-star, looking up, all right? You doing well, game. You're doing all right. If we can pull averages 1 5-star per 10 bomb like a chief here, it's good news. That's good news for me, and I'll absolutely accept it, okay? When we start getting all those 4 bombs, there's a Rosa. That's what I'm talking about, game. I need some Rosa action in my life. And there we go. So see this? I'm glad we continued in Forest. I'm glad we decided to stick it out with Forest, because now things are turning around a little bit. Forest is like, well, we kind of shafted them hard in the first 80. These other 80s, well, we're going to forget that happened. We're going to give him some stuff, all right? There we go. We got a Starlight up in here. Probably going to be food over here. I don't really want to build Starlight. Not a big fan of her. No 5-star shards. A little sad. A little sad on no 5-star shards, but here's the last 10 bomb. Come on, game. That was a nasty one. We still got a 5-star, but, you know, whatevs. Go ahead and snag out all this deliciousness. Good, awesome, great. And the relics. Where's the relics at? There's my relic. So how are we looking on relic 61? So I can buy something. I want to buy something. But in this area place, we've got stuff to pull out now. Okay, all kinds of the stuff. Let's just go ahead and just start by pulling out random stuff. Karim. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That is what I'm talking about. So that's a potential E4 Karim. Although we're nowhere near that in foods. It doesn't matter anyway. Boop. Demon Hunter's been super common in these things. Every time I've opened a Forest Shard, I've pulled a Demon Hunter recently. And she kind of blows. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense she's in regular shards at least now. But here's the Big Daddy opening. 14 of these suckers. Be something hot. Be something great. Got a Dant. Got a Rosa. Hey! Got a couple Shadows mixed in as well, which is pretty good. A couple Fortress. I'm down with that. Actually, quite a few Shadow heroes. Got some Field action up in here. Not that I'm ever going to build Field, or that anyone ever builds Field, because he's a useless build. You know what I'm saying? But now it's time to clean out the bag a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we leave 3 of every faction here, just because that's the wise thing to do. So we've got 3 Fortress up top already. We've got 2 Horuses. And do we have any other Shadow heroes at all? 3 Jaras. So we don't need all of those. We'll just pull out the Horuses, because why not? Come here, Horuses. Forest, we can leave the 3 Valkyries for now. I mean, she'll be food later down the road, because, I don't know, people still get mad when you feed out Valkyries, even though she's, like, super old news now. Whatever. Not worried about it. Give me that Eddga. That's what I really want. Give me that Starlight. Give me that Rosa. Give me... Oh. Whoa, game. Nice try. Give me that Faceless. There we go. Now, for the Abyss heroes, we can only pull out 2. I don't really need King Bartons. We can snag out this lady here. And a B-Rog. You never have too many B-Rogs in your life. So there, I think we're good. I think you got 3 Forest. Fortress is said. 3 Forest. 3 Shadows. Plenty of Darks and Lights just hanging out all over the place. Not building anything Dark and Light yet because, well, I don't have the food to do it anyway, but whatevs. We've got a decent amount of 4 stars here for fusing up, and I've got about 3,000 of them sitting here, so I'll probably get some of that fusing done eventually. But now we've got branches, and the thing is, where do I want to use my branches, okay? We've got potential E4 Karim kind of just hanging out. I got I guess a decent amount of food building ahead of me still. Over here, where's our Rosa at? I need to get you, 2 of them. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where's our Eddga at? Eddga. There you are. Get up here. Boop. There you go. So we've got enough to 10-star Eddga, E1 Eddga. Not quite enough to E2 an Eddga yet. Not a problem. Or I guess E2 is really an E3 because you don't need a copy for E3. Rosa, we've got you to 9 to 10-star now, which is actually really nice. I can deal with that. A 10-star Rosa wouldn't be bad. However, he's actually not dying anymore because the monster buffs. He's kind of staying alive, at least in Wave 2. I don't know what Wave 3 is going to bring for him, but he stays alive really well in Wave 2, and that's kind of nice. We might have to upgrade him a little bit, but I kind of want to start building Eddga and getting a little more DPS on the team, because Karim's not really a great damage guy, and Dantalion is obviously a terrible damage guy. He's not good at it. I'm hoping Eddga will save my bacon a little bit and hit a little bit of damage for me. That's kind of the game plan. However, to do that, we got to make foods, and we got to make lots of foods. And I also, where do I want to replace? I want to replace for more Eddgas and Rosas, or over here and get a Karim. I don't know. We'll replace in Forest for now, just because. I mean, we could save them, but what's the point? Like I said, I'm not aiming for great things. Great and amazing deals is not what I'm looking for. But at the same time, I didn't mean to click the button, but it's okay because it already happened. Do I really want to replace all this stuff and start using it? Because everyone I replace into a hero I need to keep is a hero I can't use for food. And being as I already got enough copies to get these guys upgraded a decent amount, do I really need to copy hunt right now? The answer is probably no. So how's about instead we start making a little bit of food? Okay, do we have a... We don't. I have a 5-star head striker. Is that what it's called? Windwalker, I said. I can easily get my Demon Hunter 6-starred. I don't really care to ever use one, so it doesn't matter. We can... Let's take a look-see. Let's take what does it take to make one of them suckers? You. We've got the 4-star needed. We're just missing a decent amount of these. Do we have... We had to pull some, right? We didn't pull any... Okay, but there's no way. There's literally no way that happened. So we need 3 of these suckers to make a 5-star. Beep. Plus, we need a couple extra for foodsies. Eeny, meeny, miny. You're not used for anything but Eddgas. We'll pull out, like, I don't know, 3 of you. It's more than I need, but it's okay. Never too bad to have more than what you need. All right, come here. Come here, turd. Boop, boop, beep, boop. There we go. Get you to be a 5-star. Looking beautiful, looking hot. And I guess we can go ahead and 6-star Eddga, but we got to make sure he's not in my team. Okay, good. Selected the right Eddga. Selected didn't matter Eddga. This is looking good. Okay, so we don't need all these Demon Hunters. We really only need 2 if we're going to make a 6-star food. We only have 1 Faceless, or really? What are the odds of that? Obviously 100%, because that's all we got. And 1 more hero, eeny, meeny, miny, Melassa. There you go. Looking hot, looking good. Eddga, you're about to be much more powerful. Are you ready? I'm ready. Become level 100 6-star. You're looking good. You're looking hot. You're getting tough. It's good stuff. All right? It's good stuff. How you feeling? How you feeling, Eddga? You're looking better. You're looking much more better now. Go ahead and get you upgraded. There you go. Oh, how do you feel right now, Eddga? There you go. You're looking great. You're looking great. You're feeling good. Your stone is kind of butt, but we can upgrade that. We can make it a crit stone. That's really what I want to run for him. Honestly, crit HP might not be a bad build either, because really, Eddga's one of those heroes, he builds up tons of crit damage over time. So a double crit stone, is it necessarily worth it? I don't know. Especially in the lower ranks where the crit HP stone has a higher crit modifier than the double crit stone. Until you get to like Celestial 4, I think crit HP always is higher than crit. But afterwards, it stops and just HP goes up. So how much gold do we have here? It's going to take a little bit to get this guy to Celestial 1. It's going to take a teensy amount of the goldage, but it's not a big deal. We can make it there. Believe in us. There you go. Oh, crit HP. Perfect. Couldn't ask for a better deal. So only 45% crit, which isn't a good amount of crit. Don't get me wrong. He doesn't get this ability over here. His active skill doesn't actually jump him into an amazing crit bracket yet. But once you do 10-star him, there he goes. Where is he at? Where is he at, big boy? When you get him to 10 star, he actually gives himself 30% crit chance with every active skill, which is obviously really nice because it helps keep his crit high. And since he already has a pretty massive amount of crit damage, and every time he does basic attack, he gains crit damage. He has a passive 50% crit damage as a backline hero. So, I mean, double crit stone doesn't seem terrible, but it also doesn't seem like it's super required either, at least not yet. So we're not worried about it. We're not worried about it. What we are worried about is, do we 7 star him or do we 8 star him? How are you going to look at this? So maybe 7 star would be not bad. I think we need to get him to 8 star at least to get this bigger buff here. The 100% precision is going to be kind of nice for damage anyways. So I think that's probably a good idea. Can we do it is the actual question though. Do we have enough food to get you all the way there? Don't need you. Who else don't we need? Don't need Oberon. Someone's going to get mad about that, but it's all right. I ain't worried about it. And we don't need another of you because we've already got our 6 star Eddga. I think that's all he's actually used for, isn't it? Used for anything else? No, it's legit just for Eddga. So that's good news. So we've got the 6 star down. That's good. Now we got to go through 4 to get you to up to 8 or 7, I said. 4 of these little farts. Which 4? Eeny, meeny, miny. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we definitely got enough. 100%. We're good to go. Are you ready, Eddga? Is that going to make you much more powerful? Not much more powerful, but more powerful, and that's really all that matters. A little bit more power through. 3 more of these suckers. Let's go with a Uno Dos Tres, because that sounds good to me. Throw in one of them dudes, and that's going to get him up to a nice little 50% passive crit damage and 100% precision as a backline unit. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Get up there, Eddga. 8 star, you beautiful man, you. Beautiful man, Rhino. There we go. We're going. You're going all the way. Boop, boop. There you go. Looking good. So not a huge amount of attack, but that's okay because his passive does kind of add some wiggle room for that. The question is, how much juice do we have? Not a bunch of juice. Not a whole bunch of it. But let's get out of this forest field. Let's look at what we got going on here. So this is not bad for Dan. I mean, it's not great, obviously. It's not bad for him when it comes to doing damage because it gives him attack. The reduced damage isn't really necessary. I mean, like a class-based artifact that had like some extra damage wouldn't be a bad deal, but I don't have that. I'm a peasant. Let's go ahead and swap you over to doing like raw damage business because I think we're going to do a little testing on our Eddga and see if he doesn't suck huge balls because I hope he doesn't. I just built you to 8 star. You better do great. Not going to need the don't die, balance, enable, or whatever from Broken Spaces now, especially not in Dantalion and especially not at E5. I really kind of want a 9 star and then E2 Karim. We can do that later though. You've got the Echo of Death on you. It makes sense. You do want to crit. If you don't crit, you're kind of garbo. I guess that works for you. Eddga, you got it. I mean, you've got one, but the crit chance stinketh. I mean, you're only at 45% crit chance, and that's all you're going to have. And that's not enough. You need more. You need much more. Also, your gear is kind of balls, okay? It's not great. And it gives you more HP than anything, which you probably don't need. Anybody else have like a set of gear I can just cabbage? Set of gear set. Ooh. Brew, you've got a set of gear. Cabbage it from you. Now, crap. Same boat. Well, we can go all 5 star gear, right? Yeah, that'll gain some attack. He's got a little more attack now. He actually somehow, and I guess he has more HP too, because, you know, it makes sense. Oh, get that off there. We need this. We need that to be the thing you have equipped. 28,000 attack. It's not a lot of attack, but it's doable. I can manage it. Let's go. What do we get here? Oh, we made 6 stars and stuff. That's right. Give me all that business. That's right. Did we actually finish out the event? We sure did. Give me that bell rain. Totally forgot that was a thing, but we got it now, so it doesn't matter. Well, let's jump over here in the Broken Spaces area. This guy, we've been kind of tooting on him. We're out of stuff completely, and that's because we took down the Wave 3 Broken Spaces, which before would have been absolutely impossible, but with the new monster, it's actually much more easy to do, even though we're not fully maxed on it. We're up there. I mean, we're getting up there, but we're still not really up there that high. 1.7 mil fixed HP and 42,000 attack. We're going to get pretty much double this by the time it's maxed. We'll have 3.2 fixed HP and 98,000 attack, so we've got a long way to go here, which is good, and also at the same time kind of bad, because we're not there yet, and that's kind of why I want to focus on this last Broken Spaces boss anyway. Oops, wrong button, over here, beep, because this does give you monster materials, not a bunch of them, but some. We've only got 9 of these little suckers left because we're kind of broke on them. Everyone, I think, is set up pretty decently for dealing damage. We don't need you. Throw you in there. I don't need you. If we want to keep the aura, I mean, we can. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But Destroyer doesn't die. And that's kind of the problem with having the new better monsters is the hero, like, I actually want him to die. He won't. he won't do it. He's like, not today, not gonna die. So you don't get his 15% attack boost, so it kind of makes him useless on my team. Whatever. So running without the aura, I might get better damage, might also get worse damage. What we're going to find out right now is the kind of damage we're going to get right now. That's what we're going to find out. Are you ready? Are you ready, disciples? I'm ready. So as always, we're going to do double speed up till at least wave 8, because that's kind of when things speed up a little bit. Hey, he might actually die. Maybe. Yeah, the Phoenix probably going to take care of him. That's one of the problems of the Phoenix, I guess. It's too good. It's too good. That's all right. I kind of want to see Eddga getting some nice, nasty crits in here. Willie, hey, that wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad little round 5er damage. It wasn't great damage, but, whatever. Whatevs. And I can always drop in things like Flame Strikes or something if I want to, or Deathsworn. I kind of debated doing that, like building a bunch of Deathsworns and a Flame Strike, just to see what happened. We're not going to worry about it, though. That's projects for another day. So at round 9, everybody's kind of got a little bit more power. Oh, crap, Eddga's in the front line like an absolute moron. Of course he's not going to do as much damage because he's in the spot that gives him block and HP, which is stupid and dumb, and I am dumb and stupid. So whoops. Whoopsie doodles. That was not what we were going for, but whatever. We'll let it ride out. We'll just go on 2 times speed. See if we can't get some. That's 4 million damage. That wasn't terrible. I mean, it wasn't great, but, he's an 8-star and in the wrong position, so what are you going to do? And that's one thing I think that the Aspen Dungeon does force you into the front slot, so Eddga might not be as solid in the Aspen Dungeon. Of course, he might not be bad either, because you do get 20% crit and 20% crit damage just naturally from the potions, so it might work out. We'll see. There we go. Round 1 down. Only 324 million damage. Not great, but again, mid-tier account. Get over yourselves. Eddga still dropped 26 mil in the front line. That's not bad for an 8-star. Also an 8-star who really needs to be in the back line to shine. Destroyer, 6.9 mil, out-damaging my 7-star Rosa. Good job, Destroyer, you absolute freak beast of awesomeness and naughtiness. Let's swap that up, though. Let's go ahead and actually put you in the spot you're supposed to be in. Beep, there you go. Attaboy. Now let's see with his 100% precision, his extra 50% crit damage, if the old Eddganator does a little more poopage. You know what I'm saying? Because he needs to. He's due a lot more poopage. Hopefully he doesn't die, though, because that would be really sad. I don't think he will. He's got a little bit of self-sustain. We've also got the Phoenix, so he shouldn't die. If he does, well, I'll be embarrassed, because Destroyer is naked, and he's not dead yet, So come on, Eddga, you got this. I believe in you. 3 million damage at round 5, not terrible. Not terrible from the old 8-star. I am kind of excited to get him up, to E5. Really, E4 would be fine for him because he's not really going to need the extra sustain, and hopefully he'll crit like every time anyway. That's kind of the idea. If you get him built right, he should have like 70% crit chance pretty much every round. Once he gets to 10-star. For right now, no, he's not going to have that. That's okay. He's got a long way to go. He's just a baby Eddga right now, and baby Eddgas, you can't expect great things from baby heroes. Sometimes they surprise the crap out of you like a 5-star scary, but most time, they absolutely do not do that. And you're like, oh, kind of blows. So, let's see what we can get here. 8 million. Hey, Eddga, that crit was pretty nasty. And that's the thing. The more basic attacks Little Fart gets in, the bigger his crit damage goes. And obviously, like I said, once you get him to 10-star, he's going to have a constant buff on his crit chance and crit damage anyway from his active skills. So, that'll be really nice. Hopefully, we can get him there decently soon. If we really wanted to go through crazy and fuse a bunch of food, we probably could get him there, or pretty close to a 10-star Eddga. 9.8 mil, that ain't bad. Go Eddga, you little freak. 9.8 million, absolutely beautiful damage. What are you going to do for your last attack? Are you going to do craziness, or are you going to do nothingness? Come on. 4.4 million. Not bad, little man. Not bad, little man. How did we do this time? Somehow, way less damage. Far less damage. And oh my god, Karim, what'd you even do with your whole life? 36 million damage? Did you have a stroke? Feel like he did. But this is another thing that happens when you have a Phoenix monster, okay? it only hits 4 of your allies with its buff. So the buff damage only is going to hit 4 people. If it skips like one of your actual damage dealers, like Dantalion, or this guy, or Eddga, who did 51 million damage at 8-star, which isn't really bad. I can handle that. I'm good with it. If it lands on things like Destroyer, or I guess Heartwatcher did okay for me, or Rosa, they're kind of wasted because those heroes don't do a lot of damage overall in general. And you saw in the first round, Karim dropped literally 3 times as much damage. And that just comes down to the Phoenix missing the guys you want it to land on. Because if it lands on Rosa or this guy, it's wasted. If it lands on anyone else, it's probably okay. It'll do decent damage for me. But only 134 million out of the Dant. Like I said, Dant is not fantastic at this. Plus, if I actually had a proper artifact for this, the Magic Stone Sword, while it's not a bad artifact, is also not a great artifact for raw damage. It'd be much better to have a damage versus priest artifact that gave me like a percent, to attack or just raw attack, and have that extra damage versus priest rather than just 21% attack. Because none of this other stuff actually comes into effect here. It's literally just for the attack boosting. And I could swap his gear out and do like a 3-1 for more attack. That's a little extra micromanagey for not a lot of damage. But Dantalion does do pretty well when it comes to fighting warriors because he has a natural damage boost versus warriors. Can we kill this guy? Probably take 2. Because my team sucks one. Get out of there. You do not needed. You're not needed. You're needed. You're needed. Beep. You gonna kill it in 2? Tell me we did. We did. But when it comes to fighting warriors, Dant does a little bit better because he naturally has a huge damage bonus versus warriors. So we can run one here as well just to kind of see the difference. Because like I said, 134 million damage is absolute butt crack. It's totally not good. It's pretty terrible, actually. It's pretty awful. But like I said, when you get him into the areas where he fights warriors, which luckily a lot of the Broken Spaces bosses are warriors, pretty much wave 2 and wave 3 of both the gold and spirit, plus obviously these dudes here, are going to be warriors. So Dantalion does actually okay here. Not fantastic, but passable damage, which is all right. Whereas when you go to fight, like I said, the monster materials bosses, he just absolutely sucks one because he doesn't do any extra damage versus priests, and I have no artifacts that kind of make him do more damage versus priests. So what are you going to do? You're just going to have to deal with it. That's what you're going to have to do. Beep, beep, bop, boop. Get to round 8, slow things down a little bit. We're slowing things down a little bit right now. No crits. Eddga, you absolute turd sandwich. I need you to crit more, okay? And I mean, it's not really his fault. He's an 8-star. And Eddga is one of those heroes that doesn't have a lot of crit chance built in naturally. You have to build the crit onto him. He just naturally builds a bunch of crit damage. So you've got to get him to crit. And I guess that could be one thing where the E5 enable the balance mark so his non-crits do more damage. Won't be a bad deal because, obviously he's going to get, a little bit more damage. Might work out for him. Not that he's going to, like I said, the survivability I don't think is going to be a problem for Eddga. He's going to have plenty of healing, at E5 especially. Decent amount of attack. Everything. His basic attacks heal him. His active skills heal him. Is that 41 million from Dant? Not bad, Dant. Not bad. Not bad at all. I will take it. I'll take it right now. Ugh. It's funny when they hit Dant and he heals for like 3,000. Ooh, he's lost so much HP. The Broken Spaces, especially now that the new monsters are out. 51 million? Dantalion, you dirty man. You dirty, dirty dude. Rosa almost to die here, so it looks like the Phoenix hasn't landed on him very much, which is actually a pretty decent deal, because I don't want it to land on him very much. 8.9 mil from Eddga. Not bad. Can deal. Defeat! 759 million damage, so obviously quite the drastic jump in damage, and Dantalion dropped 546 million. So as you can see, the boss you fight makes a dramatic difference when it comes to Dantalion, or really, I guess, any hero that has a boosted damage versus a type. Like if you fight Kamaths with a Bloodblade, you're going to see much higher damage output than if you don't, because he does extra damage to Rangers. So anyways, 546 million. Obviously, you compare that to his 134 million against the Priest, and you're like, wow, that's a pretty big switcheroo there. Absolutely. Absolutely is. But it does make this boss and this boss much easier for me to beat, which is actually, I would say this boss is the most important to do well against anyways. Being able to nab out that extra gold and spirit, and even, like I said, these orange artifact shards and these relics do add up over time. So this is why I always stress PvE anyway for people. It's more important to do well in PvE, especially a free-to-play player, than to try to push PvP teams. Because if you try to push a PvP team, especially as a free-to-play player, you're probably going to suck pretty badly in PvP anyway. Because let's be honest, if you're a free-to-play player, you're not taking this guy down. I don't care how much free to play you do. It's not going to happen. He's going to beat you. This guy's going to beat you. This guy's going to beat you. And the funny thing is, free to play players can build like smart units even. Like they'll build like the Valkyrie. They'll get their E3 Valkyrie like 5-6 months in maybe. And they're like, oh, look, got my E3 Valkyrie. And the thing is, I'm a moderate spender building what is essentially trash tier heroes. And I still trash E3 Valkyries with an E5 Dantalion because I spend a little money. So if you're free to play, I definitely don't recommend you push PvP unless you just really love it and it's like your favorite thing in the world. Otherwise, I would focus on PvE, not building anything I'm building other than Heartwatcher, maybe Rosa. Those two are actually decent supports. Everything else is garbage. Don't build it. But anyways, focus that PvE area, get your boss damage high. It's going to help you out in the guild raids when you're hitting bigger numbers and everybody and you're able to hold those top 3 spots, get the most bang for your buck. You're getting more guild coins every time you beat a boss. It's great. But also, like I said, especially with the new monsters coming out, being able to handle all 3 of these Broken Spaces bosses every month will be a big deal. Being able to get all this Golden Spirit, plus the orange artifact and the exclusive red artifact shards you're going to get from the Wave 2, plus you're going to get 5 relics from each of these. So you get 15 relics per month if you can take down every single boss. Plus, you're guaranteed to get an exclusive orange, or not exclusive orange, exclusive red, and an orange artifact as well. Plus 10 left over, and the materials. Now, this is probably the least useful in materials. I mean, dusts, you get dust out the wazoo. But monster materials are pretty important now, so it's something to kind of focus on. And also, I mean, like Golden Spirit, you always need that for upgrading. So these 2 are the most important, I would say, to farm. Unless you can only beat this one, because it's the easy one you beat. Take it down, I guess. But yeah, focus on PvE early. Get your boss damage up to respectable levels, and then start worrying about maybe trying to do PvP or dual roles. Like, if I were a new player today, just to end things off here, I wouldn't build Valkyrie. A lot of people are like, what do you mean you wouldn't build Valkyrie? Is she a good all-around unit? Yes, she's going to do pretty well in PvP. She's going to do pretty well in the Aspen Dungeon. But for my purposes, I would actually build an E5 Penny first. They're equally rare, okay? They're not any difference between the two. As soon as Penny hits the relic shop in the next month, you can just buy her copies. When it comes to boss damage, Penny is going to outperform a Valkyrie by like 10 billion fold. It's amazing how much better she is at boss fighting. Especially with these new monsters coming in, it's almost impossible for your heroes to die against bosses. To prove that point, I mean, I ran 4 5-star scaries against Wave 2 Broken Spaces, and none of them died. Okay, they're 5-star heroes. No, like, they were crappy heroes. No mate. Well, I think I had mage tech. Whatever, doesn't matter. Either way. So you're not really worried about things dying as much nowadays. And like I said, Penny is going to do amazing in PvE for damage. Like, she's dropping 3 billion damage for me on my other account at E5. Pretty nuts. She's also going to do pretty well in PvP, but she can storm the Aspen pretty hard. She one-shots a lot of Aspen dungeon waves. It's actually pretty impressive. So it's one of those things, like, if I was starting over right now and I was trying to build a hardcore account, like, even if it was just a hardcore PvE, Penny would likely be my first build, unless I had, like, a good line of scaries that I could just kind of get going right off the bat, and then go with Scary Cheese instead for PvE, because it's pretty strong. Like I said, I necessarily wouldn't start with Valkyrie anymore. I mean, she used to be like like, build this first. Anymore, I still think Penny's probably going to be a better all-around choice for new players, because she does really good boss damage, and Valkyrie really sucks at it. So, there you go. But that's it for today, guys. We dropped some orbs, didn't use my branches. I don't really need to use them yet. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please make sure, smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.